Hey everyone, welcome back to new content of Cybroses. In today's video, we will discuss about the reconciliation model in Odoo 17 accounting module. So Odoo offers a robust mechanism to manage with the reconciliation model to streamline the finance of a business to make it more accurate. So there are three ways by which you can just do with the reconciliation. Type 1 is button to generate the counterpart entry. So as you just choose the reconciliation model as button to generate the counterpart entry, a button will be created. And this can be simply illustrated with an example. Let's say that we are just creating customer invoices or vendor bills and we just need to give $100 of discount. Okay. So in that case, we just need to apply that discount while we are making the reconciliation process. Okay. So in order to apply this discount, you can just use this button. So as you just choose your payments and statements by applying this discount, the counterpart will be applied in our journal. So that's all about dealing with the button to generate counterpart entry. To manage with the bank reconciliation, let's dive into the accounting module. Under the configuration menu, we can find the reconciliation model under the banks. Now, here we can see that there are three types of reconciliation model, that is button to generate counterpart entry, rule to suggest counterpart entry, and rule to match invoices or bills. First, we will be discussing about button to generate counterpart entry. So I'll be giving the name of the button as discount. So whenever we just create a customer invoices, we just need to apply a discount for the amount. So I just need to create a button to generate the counterpart entry over there. Here you can find a field call to check this applies a matching rule in the situation where the user is unsure of all the counterpart information. As you just move on to the bank reconciliation conditions, here you would be able to find the journal availability. I'm going to choose the journal as bank, and here we also just need to set the counterpart entry. So as we are just going to apply a discount, here you can see that a discount is a form of loss. So I'll be using the account as cash discount loss over there. And you can also choose the amount type, that is a percentage of statement line, and with amount of 100. And if you want to set the journal item label, you can also set that. Later on, you can save the created reconciliation model. Now, the next step is that we first need to create an invoice over here by filling out the details of the customer as well as the date. So I'm going to choose today's date over here, and you can also just choose the invoice lines with the product you want. I'm going to choose the product as customizable desk worth one quantity, and it has got the amount as 2,500. I just don't need to apply any taxes over here, so I'm removing that. And you can see that I'm going to confirm this invoice. As I just confirm the invoice will be moving from the draft state to the posted state. Now we just need to request the payment from the customer. For that, you can just click on register payment, and here you can see that the journal as well as the payment method. The journal is bank, and we're just going to use the payment method as manual. The amount is also shown over here as well as the payment date and the memo. Memo is nothing but that is the reference number of the bill, and you just need to consider the reference number over here while you are generating a statement, and you also need to know the amount as well as the customer. So by clicking on create payment, here you can see that currently this is in payment state, and after reconciliation only, payment will be moving to the bank. Now what we have to do is we just need to create a statement, and for that you can just move on to the dashboard, and under that you would be able to find the journals. So here we have just used the journal as bank, and I want to just create a new transaction or the statement. So under the label, I will set the reference number over here, and if you want to just change the label suffix, you can also change that. And here we know the customer is Deco Addict, and here you just need to set the amount which is discounted. Okay. And here we are just going to provide a discount of 100, and I'll be setting the amount as 2,400, and the total amount is actually 2,500. Now you can just click on save and close so that you would be able to find that a new statement will be created over there. Now as you just move on to the journal, you can see that the statement is visible over here as well as the payment is also shown over here. We just need to apply the discount. As you just move on here, you can see that the total amount is 2,500 and that is striked and the amount is shown over here. Now here you can also find a button that is generated for setting the counterpart. Okay, as you just move on to the manual operation, here you can find the total amount is 2,400. As we want to just apply the discount, you can set the actual amount, which is 2,500, and here you can see that currently we have $100 of discount. Now you can just click on discounts and here everything is set. Okay, so once this is done, you can just click on validate and you can see after reconciliation, the payment will be moving to the bank, right? So we have just done with the reconciliation and we have just applied the discounts and everything. And you can just move on to the customers. Under the invoices, you can see that it has moved the paid state. This is how we just manage with the button to generate the counterpart entry in Odoo 17 accounting of reconciliation model. Now let's move on to the rule to suggest counterpart entry. So in this case, let's imagine that we want to just make an extra payment like bank fees while we are just making a transaction. So you can just simply use the rule to suggest counterpart entry. In this case, or in this types of bank reconciliation model, we will just set the rule how to apply the money or the extra charges. So whenever we are just making the payment, this extra charges will be taken by using this model. Now here we are just going to discuss about the other reconciliation model, that is a rule to suggest counterpart entry. So basically rule to suggest counterpart entry is used while we are making any transaction and all. Sometimes we just need to make bank fees and all. So when we just need to make a bank fee along with the transaction, we know we are actually setting a rule to suggest that counterpart entry. So here you can see that we have just given the name as bank fees and you can just choose the type as a rule to suggest the counterpart entry. Under the bank transaction conditions, here you would be able to find different details and here you can find the journal availability. I'm going to choose the journal availability as bank and the amount type is paid or received. Okay. And if it has any conditions, you can also apply over here, like if the amount is greater than or less than or is in between or likewise. So I'll be using a label over here that contain bank. So while creating the statement for the transaction, we have to use the same label in the statement also. And if you want to set a particular partner, you can set that. Now here we just need to set the counterpart entries. So under the account, we can see that the bank account is the account that we are just going to manage with the bank fees. That is, the bank fees is the account that we are going to use. So this is a type of expense because we are just going to make an extra charge, right, while we are just making the transaction. And it has got a amount type as fixed and we will be making an extra amount of 50% whenever we just make a transaction that can be paid or received. So once you set this, you can save everything. And if you want to just manage with the partner mapping and all, you can just map that. For the time being, I just don't need to do any partner mapping. Now let me move on to the customer invoices and let me create a new invoice over there. So I'm going to create the invoice over here by setting the customer as the Jackson Group, by letting the date as 16 September 2024 and you can choose your product. I'm going to choose a product as storage box with the price over here. I don't need to apply any taxes, so that I'll be removing that and the price is just $100. Now here you can find the total price as well as you can just click on confirm and you can see that the invoice will be moving from draft to in posted state and now we just need to request for the payment and here you can see that journal is bank, payment method is manual and the amount is 100 and the payment date as well as the memo. Now let me click on create payment and while creating the statement, what we have to keep in mind is that the customer name, that is the partner name as well as the amount and the label. Now let me move on to the dashboard and under that we just need to create the statement. So here you can see that the label that we have just set in the rule is BNK. So we have to use the same label itself and here we know Jackson Group is the customer. So you can just choose the Jackson Group over here and the amount is the amount in the invoice is actually 100. But we know whenever we are just making the transaction, we just need to charge a $50 as the bank fees. So along by summing the amount in the invoice and the bank fees, you have to provide the amount over here. Now later on you can save this, and here you can see that the statement will be created. Now let me move on to the bank, and here you can see that the statement is created as well as the payment is also shown over here. Now let me choose the payment and statement, and here you can see that let me choose the statement also. So now here you can see that the total amount is 150, and by applying everything, now let me choose the amount over here, and here you can see that we are just taking a fees of bank fees of 50 as the extra charge, and now we just need to validate with this. So click on validate button, and after reconciliation the payment will be moving to the bank. So as you just move on to the customer invoices, you would be able to find that we have just made the payment after the reconciliation, and it has moved into the paid state by using the rule to suggest the counterpart entry. Now if you want to find where the bank fees is mapped, you can just move on to the reporting, and under the general ledger, here we can find account receivable, and it shows different details such as the invoice date, the account, the communication, as well as the partner and currency. So here you can see the reference number and the amount that is credited and the balance amount. Everything will be shown over here. So if you want to view its journal entry, you can also view that journal entry. So here you can see that in the bank, under the debit side, we have 150, including the bank fees plus the total amount, and the customer will be making a payment of 100, and the customer also just need to make a payment of 50 as the bank fee, which is shown in the credit side. And the third type of reconciliation model is matching invoices or vendor bills. Sometimes we may have dues in the payments, or we have previous bills or invoices. So in such cases, we just need to make payment for the previous invoices or bills. So we can just filter it based on oldest or newest, and we can just make the payment in a single click. For such cases, we just use match vendor bills or invoices. Now let's discuss about the third reconciliation model, that is rule to match the invoices or bills. This is basically used for checking the invoices with a matching order, that is to filter with the oldest first or based on newest first. So here you can see that if you want to just manage with the auto validate, you can just enable this field, and you can set the search month limit. I just need to search for 2 months older invoices, and here you can see that I have set the matching order as oldest. Later on you can set the journal availability under the bank transaction condition. So I'm going to choose the bank, that is the journal availability as bank, and the amount type is paid or received. And if you want to set any particular label and all, you can just enable this field, and I don't just need to set any particular partner over there. And let me save this. So everything is done right now. Later on, what you have to do is you can just move on to the invoices, and let me create the invoice over here. Click on new button to create the new invoice. So what we have to keep in mind is that here we are just going to check the previous invoices. So you have to give the date accordingly. Now let me fill out the details of the customer. I'm going to choose my customer as Wood Corner. And here you can see you can choose invoice with a previous date, and the date is going to be 7. And here later on we can just fill out the product over here. So the product is just a stool, and here you can find the quantity as well as its price and everything. Now let me confirm that, and afterwards we just need to make the payment. For that, we are just going to register the payment. So while we are just going to register the payment, we just need to change everything and set the date in the invoice itself. And afterwards, let me click on create payment. And while creating the statement, we just need to know the customer invoice number. Okay, because here we will be doing an auto validation. Okay, so by matching with the reference number, that will auto validate with the payment, and the statement will be matched, and will be making the reconciliation. So to do so, you can just move on to the dashboard, and here you can find the new transaction. You can click on that, and let me first change the date. So we know that the date that we have just given is August. August 7, and here the amount is just 500, and the label is just copied, and you can set the label over there. And the customer is Wood Corner. So you just need to set the customer over here, that is the partner. Afterwards, you can save this. So once you create the statement will be updated over here. And here you can see that now the Wood Corner as well as the uh, uh, payment is auto validated over here. See, you can see that it's auto validated. And as you just move on to the invoices, and when you just search for the reference number, here you can see that it has moved into the paid state. Okay, so it is very simple to manage with the checking for matching invoices or vendor bills in Odoo 17 accounting. Using Odoo 17 bank reconciliation model in accounting let you to have a best practice for getting a valuable insights on your financial performance. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching the video.